Welcome back to A Plague Tale: Innocence. So let's continue, I guess.
The non-existent Innocence.
So this has been an interesting day, you know. Amisha went hunting with her father and her dog, Lion.
Yes.
Yes, we'll ask Lorenzo to take us to see Mommy and Daddy. Yes, of course, Hugo. Yes, we will.
I'm sure that wherever they are, they're also with Lion, who's just fine.
Okay. Alright, so fortunately there's a town over here, so hopefully we'll be able to get some help from the citizens of this town, hopefully.
Apples. Hugo, not now. But don't touch them. They're all rotten.
Yeah.
But I'm hungry. How can you think of food right now?
I mean, he is a child.
That's the thing, Shuei. One of the things that I really like about the writing of this game is that they treat Amisha as an actual 14-year-old girl. Like, as in, like, she's not exactly the most patient. You know, she can have moments where Hugo's immaturity does get under her nerves at sometimes, you know. So their relationship, as you can probably guess, is not going to be sunshine and flowers, at least at the beginning, obviously. So she's not going to do things perfectly. So the game will not portray this as a straightforward, oh, they're not. These two siblings have a lot to know about each other before they can properly strengthen their bonds. Not to mention, like we've talked about, Amisha now has to basically suddenly become the parent, which she's unprepared for. So
There must be a lot of people.
Yeah, about that, Tamisha.
Does this
okay.
town look like it's home to a lot of people?
Excuse me.
Well, it's pretty size-worthy, so surely, unless this place was abandoned. And the first person we came across shut their door in fear.
Excuse me. I'm the daughter of Lord Robert de Rune. We were attacked.
There you go. See, her dad is a lord. So yeah, clearly these two used to be rich.
That's the thing. The people who come here are apparently pretty terrified
I'm with my little
of
brother.
something.
The de Rune estate was attacked. I'm begging you, please help us.
Yeah, what exactly are they're terrified about exactly? Hugo, come on.
Is anyone there? We need help. No one is going to let us in. What's the matter with them?
They all must be scared of something, but what exactly? The Inquisition, maybe?
There's no sign of the Inquisition here, though.
Somebody help us. Go away. But I'm your lord's daughter.
Yeah, we don't care, hon.
Yeah. See, this is where you can tell that Amisha is doesn't usually like I'm your lord's daughter, as if that somehow means will make them care about it. Like, don't get me wrong. Amisha is not like a snooty, spoiled brat or anything, but
she's clearly more of a bright-eyed youngster who doesn't exactly know how all the world works yet.
Yeah, basically what Jova said.
Oh look, someone's drawn something on the doors.
Come back here. That means
An
there are sick people in
X.
these houses. Don't touch anything.
Sick people, huh?
We're not allowed to go outside.
It's more serious than that. It means that we could catch their illness, so stop running around.
Alright, sorry.
Huh.
Okay then.
There was a fire here.
They burned all the furniture.
But
Something you would do often when someone who was sick kind of died of disease. You'd burn all their possessions so that nobody could catch the illness.
Fun fact, Azuba Studio is a 40 people studio. This game was made by only 40 people.
I'm guessing that they beefed up for Requiem.
Everyone's hiding.
Probably. I mean, considering the success they've enjoyed with this game and Flight Simulator, probably. And considering how the next game is going to, of course, have probably because Focus Home Interactive probably has a lot more faith in the sequel now, considering how the success of this one. So
As of this year, 2022, they have 250 employees there now.
well, there you go then. Which is interesting, this because in the behind-the-scenes videos they say that the team was 40 when they made this game. So
I'm guessing now because they're making all sorts. They're making Plague Tale stuff, and they're also still making additional things to Flight Simulator.
Wait, We're just looking for someone.
Oh,
And you
crap.
found him. It's your damn music what brought them out, huh? Those dirty vermin that invaded our
Dirty vermin.
That filth would attack our children in their beds and gave them the black thing.
The black thing, huh?
Conrad Malfort. And I'm telling you, this is the last village you'll infect.
Amicia.
Come on.
Yes.
Go.
Yeah,
I
but-
don't think they really want our company.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's escape the villagers because they want to burn us at the stake.
Well, we're not witches.
I think they think we're something a little bit worse than witches.
Yeah, something infectious. If you get my drift, Wibs.
Huh, wait. Mark Healy in a game about burning witches.
Have to wait until they show themselves.
Yes.
Then we'll
Well, again, it may not be witches they think.
Remember,
we are,
Debs,
but
the-
you are on something of a similar path.
Remember, Wibs, the whole witch trial thing was a French thing. Well, not just France, but France was definitely the country that was mostly known for it. Because remember, Hunchback of Notre Dame, where Frollo tries to burn Esmeralda, accusing her of witchcraft and all that shit. So
Oh.
it was a very sadly common thing in France back in these days.
Oh, not just France, England as well. Joan of Arc
Yeah,
was burned for being a
True,
witch as well.
it was a Europe thing, basically.
No! We're just two lookalikes.
Come on. Just run as fast as
Sure.
you can.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
now
here's
you'll
the
excuse us, we'll be excusing ourselves.
the basic gist of this set piece is you try your best to run away and go through whatever hallways you can see, and if you manage to go through a hallway where you run into some villagers, run back and try to find a different path that will allow you to progress. Okay, again, taking another cue from The Last of Us, we have some environmental puzzles.
Yes.
Do they have like special game overs for if you get caught in different scenarios and whatnot? Or is it more like just the screen fades to black and you
Yeah.
know game over screen?
It's a screen face to black like in Last of Us, yes.
Yes,
Again-
in this game we won't get to see children burnt at the stake either.
Again, you know what? Fair enough. It's an indie game still at the end of the day, so I mean,
To be
I
fair-
can't really fault them for doing that.
To be fair, not that I'm outright against it, but at the same time, I don't see the need for any kind of, graphic death sequences, because that might, like, in the hands of...
I don't mean that kind of stuff. I meant more like, oh, they catch you, and then essentially the screen fades to black.
Oh,
kind of
that!
stuff.
Oh, no, that will happen. Like, I thought you meant something a bit more elaborate.
Oh, no. Oh, okay. What I mean is like, well, say, they get captured, maybe dragged to the stake, and then it fades to black after that. I'm not asking for like gruesome death scenes. What I mean is like, well, are there like, unique game over screens where, oh, you get caught and then boom, that's it, you're done. Like they have an animation for the crowd grabbing you, or is it just like the crowd swarms you and then it fades to black?
They have occasional ones like that, but it's not throughout the entire game. It's just occasionally, depending on the on the situation.
I'm guessing they
Again,
save that kind of thing for more like important scenes.
Kinda. You can kind of
Okay.
put it that way, yeah.
Again, it is technically an indie game, so that's a corner I'm absolutely fine with them cutting. Like, heck, even some proper games don't even go that far anyway. Well, you know what I mean? Cool. Even like studio
Sure.
games don't go there.
Quickly! The ladder, go and climb, you first!
So they're
We're running out
burning any outsiders.
Well, I think there's something a bit more specific
Well, look-
to it, and
It's
crap.
not well. Okay. Taking away the whole burning thing, let's talk about the actual plague thing. Well, Shiroi, as you can probably guess, when the Black Plague first started, what was the first thing people immediately got? They got incredibly paranoid, and
Yes.
immediately anything that could be even remotely like a stranger person or something, get the fuck away from me. For all I know, you're infected.
Like this, right? For as much as people feared and hated witches, I guess if you were considered like tied to this plague, you were suddenly a bigger priority than even a witch.
Yeah, basically. Because people didn't really want to, die, so obviously people who caught the plague had to isolate themselves, which is why we saw that door with the X.
It's like a pandemic or something.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, nowadays we don't burn people for witchcraft these days.
This was back in the day where, yeah, people like common sense hadn't been invented yet. I guess is the best way I can put it.
Well, that's right. And common sense was a thing. It's just that common sense back then was, well, radically different from how it is now. Wanna bet?
No need to shout.
I know, you're being rather rude.
Just for that, I'm totally gonna bet that they are gonna make it out alive.
Wait, Wibbs, you mean the big brute with the giant spike club who wants to kill us is being rude? I'm so shocked.
Hold on. Apparently,
He's a dick.
I'm assuming that guy was Conrad, who these people are talking about, who went insane after his kid died.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt that guy holds that club because he thinks that's how big his actual dick is.
Am I right, Pedro?
I don't remember. That guy doesn't really show up after this particular village sequence, Jova. So it's not like he's an important character, if that's what you're asking.
What I'm talking about is like, well, I assume that he's the Conrad that they're talking about because they mentioned about like you know, even these guys are complaining about the fact that they've had to burn innocent people because of Conrad going insane after his kid died from the disease.
Probably, yeah. In that case, it's probably I haven't paid much attention, but it might be. You might be right. Yes.
I did hear something. I know I did.
Yes, you did.
I'll go check it out.
So, was that breathing Hugo starting to panic, or like what was?
Yes, Shiroi.
Okay.
Well, the game hasn't introduced it yet, but yes, Hugo sometimes will have a panic attack, and Amisha has to try to calm him down. Problem is, as ever, she doesn't exactly know how to. So.
Oh, goody, the infected area.
Don't hold them for long.
So it's like a fear meter kind of situation.
There's no meter; it's invisible. But yeah, but you got it on. You basically got it. Yeah. Come on, Hugo, help me out. Help.
Can you unblock
Open that door.
Hurry! Hugo, please! Hugo, he's here! Hugo, do something!
I'm trying. I am literally 5.
Run!
5 what? Inches tall? Hurry up!
Now is not the time for insults.
Just a little further.
Let me put it this way: like the way these two, the way these two are written in their relationship is basically what Life is Strange 2 was trying to do and failed miserably. But again, I don't want to go into a rant about that game.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, there's gonna be like a big way throughout the playthrough. Every time Last of Us 2 is mentioned, we have to take a sip.
Well, actually, I was talking about Life is Strange 2, Dibs.
It's like Last of Us 2, sorry.
Tell Conrad we lost them. I'm not staying.
Whatever.
I mean, from what I've heard, you're not too keen on Life is Strange 2 either, so,
That's what I said. I was talking about Life is Strange 2, not Last of Us.
Never come looking for you here. You're soaking. There are clothes
Well, at least there's nice to say at least one person in this village is not an
in
evil
the bedroom.
child-killing monster.
Are you sure? Thank you.
yes. Would you mind stepping a lot closer to the fire than you are? Thank you.
Not that close.
No, that's what I meant, Jonah. Stand close to the fire. Thank you. Kick. The end.
Let me explain, Dibs. In Life is Strange 2, you're playing as an older brother and a younger brother, and the game does try to tackle the theme of brotherhood as well, and development between the two brothers. It's terribly written and horribly executed, but again, when we get to that game, I'll explain why. We got ourselves a little rock that's incense and herbs. The alchemists know it, and the people are beginning to suspect it. Evil does not exist only in the bodies of infected people. It also travels around them. People start blaming the air, the stench of which indicates the presence of miasmas and therefore of disease. So to ward off the great evil, the air of contaminated places is purified by burning herbs, at the risk of burning down the whole neighborhood, of course.
Ironically enough, there is some bout of sense here because, yes, some diseases could be transmitted through the air and whatnot. Ooh, that's a spiffy outfit.
This will be Amisha's outfit for the rest of the game.
That's silly. We're going to get caught.
Hugo, we're going to do what she told us, and that's it. Hugo, wait.
Okay, I'll be honest. I'm not really a big fan of games like this where you have to constantly you have to constantly protect a character throughout the whole game, and if they die, you get a game over.
If they die, you get a game over.
Escort mission.
Well, you don't.
This is Hugo.
Well, escort game in this case.
Well, actually, you're not escort. Well, okay. If you're worried about Hugo getting killed in gameplay, it's only Amisha that can get killed. If that helps you.
Remember, the people trying to capture him want him alive, apparently.
Yeah, you're forgetting that the Inquisition wants him alive. So if they would kill anybody, it would be you, the player. So.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure Inquisitions back then had also soldiers that could get really clumsy and go, "Oops, sorry, I killed him."
Again,
Let me guess. The
again-
worst thing that can happen to Hugo is that he'll panic too much, and him panicking ends up giving away your location during the stealth.
Kind of, yeah. Basically, Dwebs, if you're worried about having to protect Hugo from getting killed, don't worry. That's not what the game is.
We must go and see.
You'll die.
Again, think of it like Last of Us, Dwebs. You didn't like Ellie wasn't a burden on you in Last of Us, so.
Anyway, I see you have a sling. You're going to need it. But it'll be no use to you in that state. Go to the backyard. You'll find some new strips of leather there.
And totally not armed guards that I hid there.
In the next room for your repair.
Seriously, I'm sorry, I don't trust this woman.
Don't worry, she can be trusted, hopefully. Okay, so feel free to use the tools by the workshop. And this is, again, yet another mechanic that the game borrows from The Last of Us. You can go into workshops, use materials to improve your sling, and as well as other equipment that you have. So again, yeah, as you can tell, the main inspiration of this game is not at all a mystery. Like it's this is as blatant as it gets. There you go. See, it's abundantly clear what the game is that they drew this from.
It's Last of Us, but in the but in the very early old times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and sometimes you would come into the workshop and look at what you're working on. That's a nice touch.
Can you ever customize your appearance or appearance of your weapons or whatnot?
No, there are no alternate outfits. Well, to be fair, considering the setting and the urgency of the story, I think it makes sense that Alicia can exactly go shopping for alternate outfits or something. I guess so.
Oh yeah, it's no biggie.
Well, she has a new outfit in the sequel, if that helps you.
So?
It's a lot better. Thank you, Clevy. Thanks for
So
everything.
basically, that will be
Hold
a
on.
gear shop of
This
sorts.
is important, actually. Oh.
What on earth are you doing? Put that mallet down. Are you stupid or what?
I am not stupid.
Don't shout.
Children, that's enough
I want to
noise.
see Mummy.
Shut up.
Ah.
Killed.
Mummy will protect us.
That's enough.
I want to see
God
Is
damn
dead,
it.
Hugo. You'll never see her again. Or Daddy.
Amicia.
you.
Well, someone had to tell him.
Well, yeah, but the problem is she should have been more tactful about this, obviously.
I think the problem is that he really was not going to quiet down, and the louder he is, the more likely
Well-
they are to get caught.
Remember, think of it this way. Like I said, Amisha is not exactly has the maturity to handle a little kid like this. And second, she's panicking because the soldiers were about to enter the house and possibly get them. So Amisha panicked, and of course she didn't handle the situation the best. Again, that's the primary crux of the relationship between these two characters. They start off, of course, not the best in terms of how they get along, but of course, as the game progresses, Amisha starts to mature and understand Hugo better, and they start bonding and becoming a lot more cohesive as a sibling unit. Again, remember, you have to put yourself in Amisha's place. You're a 14-year-old girl who has lived a reasonably comfortable life, and all of a sudden this happens to you in the course of
Snap! I guess he will die if you don't do something.
No. When you get here, he goes immediately for you. Don't worry. Hugo,
I know that. What I mean is, like, I'm talking about what the game literally just said.
Oh, that.
The companion is in danger.
Oh, well, okay, yeah, I guess if you can count that, but okay, I can tell you that the game gives you a good... Oh, and there you go, Amisha's first kill.
Hugo!
Yeah, no time to absorb that, honey. Sorry. Again, you have to think about Misha's situation. Look at what's happened to her life in the course of the last 2 hours. So, I mean, let's face it. Would you be able to handle this the best in her place? I mean, her life literally just turned foot upside down, literally.
Don't hurt him. He's just a child.
A child. Listen, when my son came back from the church, he was crying. That's when I saw the wound on his leg. The bite.
Let go of me.
I buried. You're not gonna put me in the ground. I'm gonna start with.
All right, first boss. This night.
one's probably Conrad.
This is, of course, the first boss, and there you go. So here's what you have to do. You can't take care of him because he has an armor on. So what you have to do is you try to do your best to hit the ligaments of the armor, so you can take off the pieces of his armor one by one.
Huh.
Remember, we don't exactly have like some kind of big weapon that we can use against him, so we have to play our cards a bit smarter.
Oh. Except when he gets stuck.
Fortunately, I managed to get him out of there. Alright, stay there. Fuck. Okay, we're not quite taking the helmet off just yet. I guess we'll have to aim to another place.
Hey, do what a lot of fiction does with people wearing suits of armor. Kick him in the nuts.
It's one of
those cases where, you know, you get hit or attacked once, that's it, you're pretty much dead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, look at that thing. I mean, that would kill a machine in one hit.
Oh, he literally says 1 hit is all it will take.
Yeah. But yeah, like I was saying, the context perfectly justifies the conflict between the two siblings, because Amisha has had her entire life completely ruined, combined with the fact that now she's forced to now be mature in an instant and take care of Hugo, and combined with all of these people trying to kill her. Yeah, obviously she's not going to handle this the best possible way. So yeah, obviously Amisha's going to make some mistakes.
That's right, so this guy is Conrad. Also, I love that bit. I fought in 2 wars. I'm just a bit rusty.
There you go. Oh.
I'm not scared of dying, you know. You took away from me the only thing I had.
No, don't make me do this, please.
Yeah, keep it up. Only death will stop me. One of us.
There you are. Now I can see your face. Alright, rock to the face. There we are.
More like to the shoulder.
I can't tell if the people behind are cheering us or booing us.
Yay, woo.
I mean, he was kind of a dick, so,
Yeah.
Alicia. You killed him.
Well, he was trying to kill her.
I just killed 2 people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 14.
At least he doesn't get scared of her for it and actually runs to her.
Yeah, that's that's one of the big reasons why I applaud this game. The game is not afraid to treat these characters as the young people that they are, and immature that they are. Like, when I say immature, of course, it kind of brings a different implication, but you know what I mean, right? Like, they don't have the maturity to handle these situations in the best possible way, basically.
Chapter 3, Retribution.
You're literally watching these 2 kids completely lose their innocence.
They lost it a while ago, I think.
I'm pretty sure this is the same day that she was going hunting with Daddy.
Well, okay. We don't have an actual timeline, Joa, but it can't be more than 3 hours since the game started at this point.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm pretty sure it's the same day.
Well, we'll see.
So yeah, none of the actors in this game were actually French.
Oh, really?
What? Really?
Oh, they do a good job then.
They're all from the UK.
How is it?
Oh, wait, it's weird. It's a French studio. You think that, you know...
Well, I can...
There is a French dub.
Yeah, I know there is a French dub. It's actually included in the audio settings. Well,
French studio working with a British dub company.
Okay. As someone who's familiar with French accents in media, I can tell you that the actors do a great job of sounding French.
Oh yes, yes.
In fact, now that I think about it, in that case, why couldn't the British actors from Dr. Lautrec have French accents then?
There's an echo.
Hello!
Now that I think about
Again,
it.
one thing I've noticed, Pedro, in a lot of media, and I do mean a lot of media, is that oftentimes when you have a story that takes place in a foreign European country with a language that's not English, you will default to giving them British accents, which...
Oh, true. That and now we can also offer a prayer for both our parents.
Forgive me for the evil.
Oh yeah, as well as ask God to forgive us for killing people.
Amicia, you're really squeezing
Oh,
me.
sorry, Hugo. So yeah, I love little touches like that, where while she's praying and repenting for all the evil she's just committed, she accidentally squeezes Hugo's hand too tight.
I get the feeling she's going to be praying a lot more now in life.
And we found ourselves a rosary.
Talk to Mommy and Daddy.
We'll do it together.
Made from simple materials, these necklaces serve as prayer guides. They are extremely widespread and serve as testimony for the inescapable role of religion in society. Religion promises believers that their souls will be saved, provides hospitals with furniture, and divides the year with landmarks in the shape of pageantry and celebrations. The church also hunts heretics, condemns the profane, and in more serious cases excommunicates them, depriving them of the right to faith and isolating them from the community. Well, what... All right. Trust me. Anyway, might as well address because I noticed Dwebs's vocal noises there earlier. Trust me, Dwebs. Like this is much better handled. Incredibly well. Trust me. If you probably are going to be very, very annoyed by the characters in Life is Strange 2 because the kid in Life is Strange 2 is so annoying. And you know what's the interesting thing, Dibs? The kid in Life is Strange 2 is 9 years old, and yet he behaves more like more immaturely than this 5-year-old. But again, I don't want to go into too much of a tangent about Life is Strange 2. So.
And Life is Strange
Break like the other one.
by a French company.
Yeah, this is my... fortunately, guys, I did it! I managed to found a talented French studio. Well, okay, to be fair, okay, that's not entirely true. Dotnod have proven with Tell Me Why that they can do a good game. To be fair. It took them a while, but finally they made a game that I think is good. Play Tell Me Why. That's a good game.
Oh, they've broken everything.
What's going on here?
It also does a great job in having LGBT representation.
That's it.
That is positive and not at all forced or badly handled, at least in my opinion. And most people in the community seem to agree with that. So, from what I've seen, so yeah, again, just like Last of Us, and when you're in a new area, scrounge around for materials so you can use it to improve your equipment.
That nice old lady's probably dead.
Question, Shiro, I might as well ask. Have you either played or heard of Tell Me Why?
Wait, have I played what, sorry?
Have you ever played or heard of Dontnod's Tell Me Why?
No, but I kind of know what it's about.
Sure. Basically, one of the two protagonists is a trans man. So.
Yeah, I know it's quite involved.
It's actually
story, that aspect of them.
Yeah, but it's actually done really well. At least in my opinion, it is. And the community, from what I've heard, seems to agree with me on that. So.
Yeah, no, I've heard good things.
I'm curious if Shuri was right about that kind lady who took us in getting killed.
Okay, so like I said, we found ourselves at church. Sorry, yes, Jova?
I said I'm curious if Shuri was right.
Oh, that. All right, everybody. In the next part, yes, Jova?
I said I'm curious if Shuri was right about the old lady being killed.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Shira. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't think the old lady gets killed. I'm sorry, I couldn't understand you properly. No, the old lady doesn't get killed. I don't think she did. I don't think so, at least. Not that we saw. I mean, sorry about that.
Yeah, it's okay.
what I was trying to say was, tune in next time, everybody, where we meet what are arguably the true stars of the show.
Oh,
Pinky
okay.
in the brain.
The rats.
They're Pinky and the Brain. Yes, Pinky and the Brain.
This is probably
I mean,
one
they
of
were
brain.
rats. So.
Sure, this
Well,
is
they were
probably one of.
mice. Okay.
Would you put this past as being one of Brain's harebrained schemes to take over the world?
Narf.
And they have.
I mean, this is a little grim for him, I think. Like,
Sure. When you figure out his backstory, you'd kind of see why.
Pinky, are you pondering what I'm pondering?
I think so, Brain. But how on earth can we get 1,000 rats to take a shower every day?
Tune in next time, everybody.
Call the Pied Piper. See ya.
Yep.